From courtside to the end zone, Dwyane Wade's heartfelt salute to Shedeur Sanders after electrifying NFL debut. The unexpected family bond between basketball royalty and football's new prodigy. There are moments in sports that go beyond the scoreboard. Moments that transcend the boundary between one game and another, one league and another. That was exactly what unfolded when NBA legend Dwyane Wade, a man who has etched his name in basketball immortality, found himself celebrating like a proud uncle after Shedeur Sanders, son of the iconic Dwyane coach Prime Sanders, scored his first ever NFL touchdown. No, Wade and the Sanders family don't share a bloodline, but the emotion, the pride, the way Wade lit up as if one of his own had just crossed the goal line, that felt as real as any family bond. For Wade, this wasn't just another highlight in the endless stream of sports clips flooding social media every weekend. This was a culmination of years of watching Shedeur grow, from a young college star at Colorado to a confident NFL rookie in Cleveland. It was a moment he wasn't going to miss. And when the touchdown came, his reaction made it clear. He sees Shedeur not just as a rising quarterback, but as family. 2. A rookie's big moment under the NFL lights. It was Sunday night at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, the home of the Carolina Panthers. The Cleveland Browns were deep in enemy territory, facing a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Tension was thick. Fans leaned forward. This was more than just a preseason play for Shedeur. It was the type of moment that could define early impressions of his NFL career. The ball was snapped. A play that began with a critical turnover by Carolina gave the Browns an opening they couldn't waste. Wide receiver Caden Davis, already developing an uncanny connection with Shedeur, broke into a tight space between multiple defenders. The pass came precise and confident. Shedeur's throw hit the mark. A burst of acceleration, a cut, and suddenly Shedeur was over the line. Touchdown. It wasn't just a score. It was the first touchdown of Shedeur Sanders' NFL career, and it came in just his 2nd preseason game. The fact that it came against the Panthers for the 2nd time in as many outings made it all the sweeter. 3. The celebration that sent social media into overdrive. When Shedeur crossed into the end zone, he didn't just raise the ball. He went into his trademark move, the watch celebration. A subtle but unmistakable flex, the kind of gesture that says, "Time's up. I'm here." This wasn't new. He'd done it in college countless times. It had even caught the attention of Caitlin Clark, college basketball's phenom, who once mimicked it. But this was the NFL stage. And for Shedeur, doing his signature celebration under those bright professional lights carried an entirely different weight. Somewhere across the country, Dwyane Wade was watching. The 3-time NBA champion, a man known for his own iconic on-court celebrations, saw the wrist raise and instantly recognized the cold-blooded confidence behind it. He snapped a picture of his TV screen and sent it out to the world with just the right words. This shot was cold fire watch. For anyone who's followed Wade's career, that wasn't just praise. That was an acknowledgement from one champion to a rising star, an understanding that the moment wasn't just about scoring. It was about owning the stage. 4. D. Wade's emotional family message. But Wade didn't stop at admiring the play. He went deeper. He posted another heartfelt note that made his feelings crystal clear. "I feel like I'm watching family. Greatness in this young man's destiny." Cold-face fire. It wasn't just a throwaway comment. Wade has spoken before about how much he admires Deion Sanders' parenting style. The discipline, the confidence, the ability to prepare his kids for both the glory and the grind of professional sports. On the Time Out podcast, Wade has openly said he's taken cues from Coach Prime in raising his own children. So when he calls Shedeur family, it's not a casual metaphor. It's respect. It's connection. It's the recognition of a shared set of values between two sports dynasties, one in football, one in basketball. A connection years in the making. Wade and his family have followed Shedeur's journey since his days at Colorado. Long before NFL scouts were breaking down his every move, they've watched him command huddles, silence crowds, and embrace the pressure that comes with being the son of one of the most charismatic athletes in history. In April, when Shedeur was navigating the gut-wrenching uncertainty of the 2025 NFL Draft, Wade was there in spirit too. At the time, Shedeur's self-assured interviews had some NFL executives labeling him as too cocky, a red flag in the hyper-conservative evaluation culture of the league. But Wade wasn't buying the narrative. He sent a pointed message to those doubting teams. If you don't want your organization to be changed around, don't draft him. It wasn't sarcasm. It was a warning, one rooted in Wade's belief that confidence, when matched with preparation and talent, is not arrogance but a winning mindset. 6. The draft slide that fueled the fire. Despite projections that once had him as a first-round pick, Shedeur fell all the way to the 5th round, 143rd overall. For a player of his pedigree and skill set, the drop was shocking. And yet, it fit neatly into the kind of storyline that athletes like Wade and Deion Sanders know well: the underdog's revenge tour. On draft night, Shedeur's watch celebration wasn't just for show. It was a reminder to himself and everyone watching that his time was coming, even if the NFL didn't recognize it yet. And now, 2 preseason games into his career, with 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing to Caden Davis on Friday, and 1 rushing on Sunday, that time looks like it's coming sooner than expected. 7. The Browns' QB situation and Shedeur's opening. Cleveland's quarterback room isn't exactly a fortress of stability right now. With injuries thinning the depth chart, Shedeur has found himself taking on more meaningful reps than most 5th-round rookies ever see this early. Each play becomes an audition, each drive a statement, and so far the statement is loud: he belongs here. The chemistry with Caden Davis is particularly notable. In just 2 preseason games, Davis has been on the receiving end of all Shedeur's passing touchdowns. It's the kind of early bond that could evolve into one of the NFL's most exciting young QBWR tandems. 8. Coach Prime's birthday weekend gift. While Shedeur was making headlines in Cleveland, another Sanders was suiting up in Florida. Shiloh Sanders, Shedeur's older brother, took the field for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For their father, this wasn't just another game day. It was the weekend before his 58th birthday, and both of his sons were making their NFL debuts. Deion's celebration spilled onto X.com, formerly Twitter, where he amplified a tweet from DeMarcus Cousins that read, "The Shedeur haters in shambles RN." For Coach Prime, the moment wasn't just about proving the critics wrong. It was about watching his boys live out their dreams on the biggest stage possible, knowing the sacrifices it took to get there. 9. The preseason doesn't matter debate. Of course, not everyone is ready to crown Shedeur as the NFL's next great quarterback. The most common refrain from skeptics is simple: it's just the preseason. It's an argument that even LeBron James, another basketball giant and friend of the Sanders family, has pushed back against. For rookies, preseason isn't just practice. It's the only stage they get before the games start counting for real. Every snap, every throw, every touchdown is a chance to build trust with coaches and teammates. And Shedeur isn't treating these games like exhibitions. He's playing like each one could determine his future, because in many ways they will. D. Wade's "I told you so" moment on the horizon. If Shedeur continues to perform at this level and works his way into the Browns' starting lineup, Dwyane Wade will have earned the right to revisit those draft day doubts with a smug grin. He'll be able to point back to that warning in April and say, "I told you so." Not out of arrogance, but out of the pride that comes from believing in someone before the world caught on. 11. More than sports. A story of mentorship and legacy. What makes this connection between Wade and the Sanders family so compelling is that it's not about marketing or public appearances. It's about shared experience. About 2 men who understand the unique pressure of carrying a name, performing under the brightest lights, and turning criticism into fuel. Wade, who faced his own doubters early in his NBA career, knows the grind. He knows the nights when the outside noise threatens to drown out self-belief. And he knows the sweet taste of proving them wrong. For Shedeur, having voices like Wade's in his corner is more than just a confidence boost. It's a reminder that greatness doesn't come from avoiding risk. It comes from embracing it. 12. The road ahead. The NFL regular season is still weeks away, and the competition only gets tougher from here. But Shedeur has already passed one of the most important early tests, showing he can translate his game to the professional level. For Wade, the journey is just as exciting to watch as the destination. And for fans, the budding connection between these two sports worlds, one of basketball brilliance and one of football promise, offers a storyline rich with emotion, drama, and the potential for history. In the end, this isn't just about a rookie quarterback scoring his first touchdown. It's about the bonds that form when greatness recognizes greatness. It's about the mentors who stand in the shadows, cheering the loudest. And it's about a you,